Good day. Here are the stories for the Manila Times for Saturday, September 11, 2021. Former presidential economic advisor Michael Yang on Friday denied involvement in the alleged overpricing of medical supplies for the country's COVID-19 response. Testifying at the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee hearing through video conferencing from his hotel room in Davao City, Yang said he was never involved in the transaction of the contract that the procurement service of the Department of Budget and Management awarded to Pharmally Pharmaceutical Corporation to supply the Department of Health with personal protective equipment, face masks, face shields, and other medical products. The Blue Ribbon panel, headed by Senator Richard Gordon, is looking to allegations that Pharmally, a company with a paid-up capital of just 625,000 pesos, was given preferential treatment after it bagged an 8.68 billion peso contract with the government. Responding to questioning by Senator Panfilo Lacson through an interpreter, Yang said he never had any business discussions with anyone from Pharmally. His testimony was refuted by Lincoln Ong, one of the top officials of Pharmally, who told the committee it was Yang who introduced him to the Chinese suppliers and even guaranteed his capability to pay once the products are delivered. Ong, however, acknowledged that that was the extent of Yang's participation in the transaction. Lacson was not convinced that neither Yang nor Ong was telling everything they knew about the deal and moved that they be arrested and placed in Senate custody until they decide to cooperate. Senator Ana Teresia Risa Ontiveros seconded the motion. Also virtually attending the hearing from his home in Singapore was Huang Tzu-yen, president and chairman of Pharmally. Huang said he found he has a standing warrant of arrest in Taiwan for breach of trust, but added that he has not received a formal subpoena. He maintained that he was estranged from his father, Huang Wenlie, since 2020, and the last time he saw his father was in 2017. The older Huang is also wanted for what is considered to be one of the biggest securities fraud cases involving a listed firm in Taiwan. An enhanced community quarantine or a general community quarantine will be implemented in specific municipalities in the National Capital Region starting on September 16. The guidelines for the new strategy to contain the surge of COVID-19 have been provisionally approved by the Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases, Palace spokesman Harry Roque Jr. said in a briefing on Friday. Under the revised setup, a city or town in Metro Manila could be in ECQ while the neighboring municipality is in GCQ. The arrival of more COVID-19 vaccines purchased by the private sector will speed up the creation of bakuna bubbles, Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship Jose Maria Joy Concepcion III said on Friday. Concepcion made the statement as he welcomed the arrival at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport of 502,000 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine procured by the private sector. Concepcion said he remained confident the economy will bounce back better as more vaccines are administered to workers in private companies and their families. The latest batch of the AstraZeneca vaccine was procured by the private sector through a tripartite agreement with the national government and the vaccine manufacturer. An additional 61 million doses ordered by the government and private firms are expected to arrive in the next 2 months. The bakuna bubble was conceived by Concepcion as a way of accelerating the country's economic recovery. Under the concept, vaccinated individuals can move more freely and enter business establishments like shops and malls. The country has a deep bench of talent that could help its business process outsourcing industry attract more foreign clients. Speaking Friday at the Manila Times online forum, Resiliency and Adaptability at All Times of the BPO Industry, the bedrock of Philippine employment through the years, Zoe Diaz de Rivera, the lead for Talent Attraction and Academe Linkages of IT and Business Process Association of the Philippines or IBPAP, said the Philippines has always had the potential to be a major international BPO hub. De Rivera traced the emergence of the Information Technology and Business Process Management or the IT BPM industry in the country and how it continues to develop through the years. An IT BPM company manages work operations of foreign, local, or multinational organizations as a third-party outsource provider or an offshore delivery location. Its services include animation, contact center, game development, global in-house center, health information management, and IT and software services. According to De Rivera, the IT BPM sector was born at the same time the internet was taking root in the 1980s. More multinationals were coming into the country, which prompted the sector to reprogram so it could offer a variety of services to foreign companies, she said. Palo spokesman Harry Roque Jr. on Friday said he was standing by his comments against a doctors group that he had berated for opposing a shift to the less restrictive General Community Quarantine or GCQ despite a spike in COVID-19 cases. Roque said that while he apologized for his emotional outburst and admitting he's only human, he doubled down by saying it is important to hear the sentiments of the countrymen who are going hungry because of endless lockdowns. Roque, who also sits as spokesman for the Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases, was seen lashing out at doctors from the Philippine College of Physicians in a leaked video obtained by the Philippine Daily Inquirer. Over to business, despite concerns about the COVID-19 Delta variant, net inflows of foreign direct investments soared to a 5-month high in June, according to the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Central bank figures released on Friday showed that net inflows increased by 60.4% to $833 million in the 6th month of 2021, compared to $519 million a year earlier. The June print is the largest since it reached $961 million in January of this year. In sports, Japan Division 1 team Toyama Grouses announced that they have signed Gilas Pilipinas player Dwight Ramos to play for their team for the B-League's 2021-2022 season through the Asian Quota player system. The 23-year-old Ramos said he is excited to join Toyama and fulfill his dream to play in Japan. Ramos, who stands at 6'4" and plays the guard positions, added that he hopes to contribute for the Grouses championship run this upcoming season. Toyama reached the quarterfinals last season after tallying a 43-16 win-loss card in the regular season, good for 4th spot in the East Division. The Grouses bowed to the Ryukyu Golden Kings in the quarterfinals. Antonio Contreras and Dian Macabenta are today's front-page columnists. Contreras explains about broken promises and the culpability of blind loyalty, while Macabenta asks who bears burden of proof in the debate over a climate emergency. Today's editorial discusses 20 years after the horrific attacks of September 11, 2001 in the United States. Read a full version on the paper's opinion section or listen to the Voice of the Times. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print, subscribe to its digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, and keep up with the Times. On behalf of the Manila Times, this is Arik John Sequo reporting. Have a safe weekend ahead.